What is going on, crypto miners, and welcome back to the channel. Well, we are here out at the Metered Mining Facility, specializing in ASIC, GPU, and AI hosting with the Metered Mining team. What's going on, guys?
What's happening, hobbyist?
Awesome. So today we're talking GPU mining in 2025 and kind of what that ecosystem looks like. So jumping into it, and guys, feel free to just kind of share your thoughts here. How did GPU mining strategy shift since Ethereum for you guys?
Absolutely. I mean, I'll start.
Yeah, go for it.
As one of the more least knowledgeable people in this group on GPU mining, I was always into the hardware.
Yeah.
Purchasing the hardware.
Yep.
Post Ethereum, I mean, the purchasing of hardware just became more and more attractive to me. I mean, we were picking up 3070s for what?
180, maybe even less.
But yeah, 160, 170,
That's awesome.
180 a pop.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's buying season right now. It's preparation time.
A lot of farms are going out of business that we can now buy those GPUs.
Yeah. Or people, you know, you said it earlier today. Did Ethereum mining make us lazy?
Yeah.
I mean, it made me lazy. That's for sure. At least on the overclocking side.
Yeah.
I got really lazy on that side. That's why I rely on a lot of smarter people around me, like spec mining or project wise. But for
A lot
me,
of people don't realize Caspa was a spec mine after Ethereum.
oh really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it was a
Yeah.
GPU mineable coin, and I made 40 grand off that.
I
shit.
dual
All
mined.
in 1 month of mining.
Yep, and I
Wow.
dual mined it like originally, probably early on. Most people didn't straight out mine it. You dual mined it with like Ergo and other
Yep,
things
with
like
Ergo.
that.
Cool.
Yeah,
When?
Yeah.
What was the time period on that?
it's like 2
It was like January of 2022.
Yeah,
I want
so-
to say.
so yeah,
And for
Yeah.
reference,
Yeah.
Ethereum merge was
2.5?
2021,
Lifetime ago.
It must have been 2021.
Yeah,
like middle of 2021.
It was
right?
3 months after the Ethereum merge.
Crazy.
Whichever date that January was when you can start mining Caspa. And for GPUs, it didn't really show, even on like hashrate.io. Well, that even exists at the time. It was just what to mine.
oh, that's right.
And it was
That's
just something new that was in, and a lot of people were really bullish on it.
Yeah,
So a lot of Ethereum miners were either shut down at that point because Ergo was really good for like a week. Then everyone shut down. And then Caspa came in. A lot of people were still shut down at that point because there's just nothing else. And then a few of us took a gamble on Caspa, and within a month, myself, I made 40 grand when I sold my Caspa at
that's awesome.
0.2 cents. Or
And look at
$0.2.
it now. Look at
Mistakes,
it now.
mistakes
$2.
were made.
That's
Mistakes
right.
were made.
That's right. So would you say, and I'll throw this down to you first, would you say that GPU mining has become more speculative versus profit driven?
Yeah, I think so. If you're doing my strategy, I mine and hold everything. I
Okay.
sold like once ever just to trade a coin. So I've
You're
not
so
made
authentic.
any money on GPU mining, I would say, at this point.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad. So everything I do is just hold the coin until it goes to zero or makes me rich. That's my goal.
Okay.
I put
cool.
only the money into it that I'm willing to invest every month, basically. I just consider GPU mining as an investment.
Okay.
So my power cost is what I'm willing to put into the market. every month.
What makes you pick the coin that you're mining? I guess I know what my
Like
answer
the coin.
is. Like the coins, like
Ironfish I've been on for a while. So
Yep.
I've been on
Yep.
since day one that they were there.
and
I've been
they're
at least
highly
a rig on it,
profitable on day one.
Yeah.
as long as you would have sold on that day.
Yeah.
Fair.
Let's see, Chlor I've got on. I just kind of want to get a little bag of everything, and I want to have got
Oh.
the train going by.
Sorry to interrupt today's video, but wanted to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, ASICprices.com. Just recently, I was in the market for my next Caspa miner, the Ice River KS3M, and so my first stop was ASICprices.com. ASICprices.com has everything I need in one place when it comes time for my next ASIC purchase. First off, accurate daily profitability metrics. Second, historical ASIC hardware prices. Third, ASIC hardware device specifications. And finally, my favorite, a list of resellers and their pricing in one location. I love it. No more spending hours hunting for the best price. Go over and check out asicprices.com today via the link in the video description down below.
So after Ethereum, what did you see yourself or others moving towards? And is it all just speculative to you now? Because during the Ethereum days, you know, most people were mining for profit, right? You were cashing out in some facet. But what about you? As things shifted a lot?
I mean, the same mentality is kind of there, just mine and hold for me.
Okay.
So, not ton, but I have more fun just like playing with the hardware and tuning it, making it most efficient on that specific algorithm, getting good cards that are worth running. And I mean, I mined at probably a fairly steep loss for all of last year at home, heating the house all winter. Didn't have to use my furnace once, even in 20 below zero. So just finding other uses for it, having fun doing house projects, putting up walls, exhaust fans, cleaning the rig, making it really beautiful, racking in the basement, just keeping it organized. That was worth the time and investment just to learn how to do things as well.
Yeah.
So now while I'm here, like I can see an issue with the customer rig, and I've experienced that probably. So it's easy troubleshooting for me.
A good transition there. Here at Metered Mining, as we talked about, you guys do GPU hosting. What do you find are like the top few coins right now? So we're at the end of 2024. What are the top few coins that you see people GPU mining right now if you think about some of your customers?
As of today, Waglala #1.
What?
Waglala
Okay.
So
just became GPU mineable today.
Oh,
Get your
okay.
$1,000 a day today.
not financial advice.
That's right.
No, I mean, personally speaking on this, a lot of our customers like the project first.
Okay.
The
Flux.
communities
Like
first.
some people are really liking Flux.
Flux, Dynex,
Yep.
Chlor,
Yep.
Ironfish.
Ironfish.
I mean, a lot of it's so project driven and community driven, which to me, as a community driven person first, I love that aspect of it. So that's my like mining go to. I mine projects and communities that I endorse and believe
Okay.
in, and like I think their team is what will bring success to it, as well as what the project might promise, whether that be security and privacy or
AI.
AI
Yep.
driven. Yeah, I mean,
The newest one that, as of today again, was Aleo. Aleo's pretty
Yeah.
hot right now.
yeah, for sure.
The only problem with Aleo's that we've seen on our end as a hosting facility is you need to replace the HiveOS to a beta version, which can sometimes break the SSDs. So we have to go in there and fix a lot of SSDs
Okay.
if those do fail.
I've heard that. Yeah, need like
yep.
a higher quality SSD or an
Correct.
NVMe.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So on that note, talking about what you guys got running here, what are some of the most common GPUs that you have right now that you would say that you work on?
But we're getting a lot of interesting stuff in.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's more stuff that I've experienced or worked on, like some mining specific cards, P104, P106, weird old cards, the new CMP 100 210s that everyone
Yep.
loves.
Those are.
We've got a bunch of those ourselves.
I mean, down
Olvor Tech made the first video,
Yeah.
to my knowledge, the first video on those CMP 100s.
Okay.
We
I
bought a
mean-
bunch of them at the lowest price they were at on eBay when they're first listed.
Okay.
down the road, we have 3,500 CMP 170s.
Yep, which is a
ready-
pretty rare card.
ready to be brought online
For AI, right?
by
What
the
you guys
AI.
are doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's interesting. They spec mine coins early on because they're a mining for profit company.
Okay.
So their mentality way different than
Yeah.
like Blox's mentality. Like, oh my gosh, like they have mouths to feed and paychecks to count.
Wow,
and,
okay.
Like, it's a business at the end of the day. So, I mean, their perspective versus us smaller time miners. I mean, we're large at what I would consider a GPU miner, but you know, their method versus our method versus a guy with maybe 1 or 2 rigs running. It's such a variable right now, which is kind of fun to see from a hosting side of things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just because back in the day it was, how do I make this as perfect as possible for Ethereum?
The correct Ethereum. Yep.
Yeah. So I
Copper
think
shims on the memory,
yeah.
all kinds of stuff, just to get that
Oh,
memory down the temperature. Yep.
That little degree. Yeah.
I remember
You
doing
just
some of
wanted
those.
3080s. That's the only
30
thing you wanted.
copper shims. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make
So
this for
it-
20 cents a day.
Yeah.
I like this aspect of mining because it is challenging, yes, but I think the people who are bullish through it will reap the rewards on it as we kind of prep and get into
Okay.
this next run. Again, 100% speculation, and I don't fully believe in just being 100% GPU mining.
Yep.
You know, spread yourself out. Get into some ASICs. They're not as fun.
Diversification.
They're
Yeah.
not as fun from a hardware side of things, but also like you have to do that from a business standpoint, from
Yeah.
a
Yep.
From a personal standpoint, I think it's a smart way to go.
So since Ethereum has gone to proof of stake, and also the economy shifted since then over the last few years, how have you guys seen the price of GPUs just for your personal farms and setup? How has that changed really over the last few years? Like, where was it then, and where are you seeing it now?
Buying-
We're 3070s after the Ethereum merge. You were high still.
They're
but
still buying on the way down. They trickled down still. So
I think they're still like $500. Like
500,
MSRP is what they
400,
went down to.
300,
Yeah.
200. We were still buying all that way down.
Yep.
They're 200, 250 was our target for like local used
Yeah.
onesie twosies.
Yeah,
But now, yeah, that sounds too much for a single at this point for us.
100%. Yeah. I
Yep.
mean, we've
It's not
bought
worth the
at
effort.
what's the most we bought at one given time? A couple hundred.
Yeah.
Oh, 144 I think it was.
144 was.
One order.
Yep. So I mean, yeah, and that was we got that at an attractive price point to
I
where
miss the GPU buying high that we had though. We're just driving all over the city, driving an hour plus. to
just
go
for
get
one
pick up-
card.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
We were addicts.
yeah.
Yes.
Like, gotta get those deals.
The Best Buy or Micro Center.
I
It's
mean,
more like
yeah, why
Facebook
don't
buying
you
for a
guys
person.
share like how this group of individuals even kind of started? I mean,
Yeah, it started with Micro Center. So anytime Micro Center would get a lot of cards in, they would have like say 100 GPUs come in, and you wouldn't know unless someone went there and sat in line. There was always a line of like 5 to 10 people, and sometimes there was news from the employees like, "Hey, we got a shipment
Yeah.
at like 10 o'clock that night before," and be like, "Hey, get in there."
Or the Micro Center Discord.
Yeah, the actual Micro Center Discord.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
yep.
yep.
The official Micro Center Discord.
yep.
We ended up all getting banned from it, but sorry. Not even for mining either. It was just we were trolling the guy who hacked the server at the time. and
okay.
That
Wait, me.
individual kicked us. Wait, me, correct. So we didn't come back, kind of thing, and we just sat in line over and over again blindly. Instead, we have like one of us come in if we had like a work from home day or something. One of us go in and be like, "Oh my god, guys, I got all the good ones are gone, but they still got like 3060 Ti's or something.
Wow.
Go in and get an MSRP 3060 Ti," and everyone's just like, "Oh my god, getting in there at like 10 o'clock in the AM if we can, because otherwise they'll be gone." So it's just a short community of people going in. Some of us are gamers. Like Tristan was only a gamer
Okay.
before, but he was still going live for Micro Center because he was looking for a specific model of GPU.
yeah,
that he
yeah,
wanted.
yeah. Yep.
So you let us know, like, hey, there's a bunch of low-end models that are great for mining,
Yeah.
as long as you properly cool them or replace the thermal pads.
Yep.
yeah.
And that's how our community started. And then from there, it turned into more, especially when we got banned from that server, we made our own distro server that's more or less dedicated for mining. And we just went for speculations and good cards. Started with Dreams Escrow Service as a Discord. Well, first it started with buying from our GPU queen Miranda, which was a random eBay seller that we just trusted to send
Jawa.
crypto to.
Yeah.
Trust that she would give us.
Yeah, you
The
never
GPUs.
know. It's always a risk.
Yep. And she was trustworthy, got her GPUs. We found out where she bought them from, got them for $50 less. Did an order for
Man, rough.
$144. Yep.
Rough.
Okay.
I think $200 each at the time for 3070 Bowies.
Which is awesome.
Floor models.
Yeah.
Yep. Even now, that's a pretty good price, but that was probably over a year ago now.
Okay.
And from there, we just got into like CMP 100, 210s, CMP 50s. We bought a bunch from China at the time.
CMP is becoming more and more common right now.
100%.
Just that
Especially
direction.
for a service like what we provide.
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
honest, like I'm probably never gonna. As soon as we become unprofitable, I'll sell them probably like base price, like $50 or something.
Yep.
But until that happens, if the 50 series obsoletes these, which it doesn't sound like it will, even 30 series are almost for mining in line with 40 series.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
You're right.
it's just
Very
a-
close.
Inline process. If the 50 series is barely a bump, as well as these guys tighten their profits and go more towards AI and just tell the GPU people to kind of screw off.
Okay.
Those 30 series are very attractive for a low price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, people want 40 series, even though it's barely a bump.
Today's video is sponsored by the team over at Pinex.us. I'm excited to partner up with Pinex.us to help announce that Caspa is now live on their platform and tradable today. You can now buy, sell, and trade Caspa actively on Pinex.us. Pinex.us is the first US regulated exchange to list Caspa. To help kick off the fun, Pinex.us is running a 100,000 Caspa giveaway event. Check out the links in the video description to enter to win.
So pivoting the conversation a little bit, and you might be quite biased, so that's okay. I like this. Someone approaches you today and ask, is it worth to get into GPU mining in 2025? What do you say to somebody who is coming in fresh?
No, unless you have money to lose.
Okay.
If you're willing to do the work and learn about it, that's a start. But I don't think it's necessarily something you just go spend a ton of money and do unless you're willing to take a gamble. If you have money, you want to. Like,
I will chime in though. Every gamble I've taken on a spec coin has literally probably 10x the power at least. Every single one. So when Chiron came out, everyone thought it was a shit coin. Just didn't matter. Get into it and go. You 10x your money, you paid power easily. Carlson.
And it sounds like you're big in spec mining too, though. Like,
no, he's actually
I
not.
hold.
He's always late. He gets in like 2 weeks later than he should.
Still mining ironfish.
I'm not going to sell, so I would lose money anyway. when it
Sure,
goes up
that's
and down.
true. That's very
Yeah, you
true
got to
there.
know the exit.
Chase the yields, not the profit. If you're doing my strategy.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on mining 2025 stepping in for GPU mining?
I mean, honestly, diversification.
Yep.
You gotta not put all your eggs just in ASIC mining. As we saw with Caspa miners, even
Yeah.
price got cut in half. There's
Yep.
a lot more. The difficulty is increasing ever so slightly.
Even though there's no new miners coming out.
I
It's
know.
surprising.
Yeah, it is.
It's
very,
slowed.
It's very
I
surprising.
think KS5 is the last one that's been out for the last 6-8 months or
Yeah,
so.
it has slowed.
interesting.
My anticipation was they were coming out with a monster machine,
Yeah.
which still may
Especially
happen.
Bitmain.
Which still may
Yeah.
happen,
It's
but
been 8 months
also,
now, so it's
but
odd.
also it hasn't happened. So
It feels
like,
very Bitcoin-esque now.
for sure. So diversification, have some projects that you love and believe in. Again, following a little bit of what Blox's mentality is. I don't sell what I mine right now. I find those 2 to 3 projects that I really love. I try to accumulate what I want, basically. Yeah, I mean, Ironfish, I love the project. I love the people working behind it.
This looks like something your grandmother or wife made you, by the way.
I don't know who they sent it to me.
It fits his personality perfectly.
That's what it looks like.
It is very I was born in the wrong era, but
Yeah, that's right.
mine a couple projects that you believe in. Get involved in the communities, ask questions, learn. Don't. I always tell people, don't. If you get into mining for the profits, you're probably going to have a bad time. Unless you are entering a bull run, and then all of a sudden everything feels glorious and great. So purchase hardware that you love. Learn about the hardware side of things. Surround yourself by people that are smarter than you, so they can tell you what the next spec coin project is.
I like it.
Waglala, number 1.
So last question I'll ask, and we'll start over here. Do you feel AI is the future of GPU mining, or do you feel that that's incorrect and there will continue to be a big separation?
I was going to say both. All those Caspa fork-offs were not AI, and they were all highly profitable if you got them right away. You wouldn't expect it because it always seemed like they were just knockout coins. I fully believe in the AI coins 100%. As long as they have natural use, I think they are valuable. It sucks for Dynex at this current time as of October. Dynex feels super solid. They keep pushing community updates. It seems like they do everything right, but the price won't go up. I don't know if that's because of the team that they have there in Europe. But they, as a project, they feel super solid.
Yeah.
You have a new project, Aleo, just coming in, doing AI as well, which is hyper profitable right now. But it also seems like they are losing momentum for whatever reason. Waglala as well.
Well, that's very typical of
is a
GPU
very-
mining coins that have come out with a quick burst over the last 6 months.
Correct.
It's like, everybody get on it, and then, it's not profitable anymore. Next one. Like,
Right, but by the time you see it on like cashrate.io, you're like either Aleo actually was a June, I want to say, coin.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's brand new. As of
It's got a
October
few
again.
months under,
It's
yeah.
already a few months under. It just got into Coinbase, and once it got Coinbase, everyone saw it and was like, "Oh my god!" But there's people that were making literally $1,000 a day off of like a couple rigs
That's awesome.
Crazy.
if you got in early. So my jokingly enough, and it's funnily enough because the coin's name clearly is a dog with Waglala. I'm absolutely joking right now, but it is on a 3070 rig right now making. You have to buy it privately, but buying it privately, that rig is making about $300 a day.
Wow.
And it's brand new as of today, but if you get in early,
This will release in a few weeks. So you're
right, it'll be already dead by then probably.
You're good.
But for the people like myself and Tristan who aren't in it, we're likely going to wait a couple more days and wait for it to become mainstream, wait for it to get on Hashrate.no. Likely is going to be coming really soon because SRB Miner just this morning released an update. But that's when everyone's coming
And then
in.
it'll be in the Hive notes and yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
But by then, like he's just CPU mining right now
Yeah.
on a 6-year-old Xeon.
Okay.
He's made more because he got in like a couple days before me.
Nice.
He's getting more per day, like 5 times more than me on my entire farm,
Wow.
just for being that few days more early.
Yeah, yeah.
And it might just go to no, it's not on Trade Ogre or anything yet. It might be a zero
Exactly.
nothing coin.
Yeah.
But here's interestingly enough, history keeps showing it's going to do like shows us nothing. All of a sudden, it's way up here, and then it comes back down to zero.
Yep.
But as long as you catch that swing all the time, you're making a lot of money.
It
Actually.
definitely sounds like, you guys preaching it a lot, been doing it for several years, continue to do
Yep.
it, that like spec mining continues to be the play with GPUs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
it's like, get on it, like you really enjoy it. Like it's a game.
Yep. But as
Get
far as
on it,
AI goes,
find it.
if the new AI coin comes up,
Yep.
like LAO,
Yep.
great. If a new shitcoin pops up, for whatever reason, even though I hate it, it does well.
That's awesome. So what are your thoughts on, is AI the future of GPU mining?
I mean, honestly, from a hosting perspective, I don't know enough
Mhm.
about the AI side of
Okay.
things where I'm confident to say, like, man, this is the future. But from a technology standpoint, just looking at like where our society is going, Apple, for example, leading the charge with Apple Intelligence coming
Mhm.
out
Yep.
on iPhones, like
There's more demand.
this computing power will need to come from somewhere, right?
Let's see this one. Big one or small one? Oh, that's a big
Big
one.
one.
That's
All
got
right, break.
Yeah, break. You got 4 locomotives. So what about you? What are your thoughts looking at 2025? Is AI the future of GPU mining?
Yeah, I mean, from a hosting perspective and from a personal level, I don't know enough about it to be able to like throw a valid opinion at the matter. I mean, a customer is coming in here from an AI perspective and putting 600 kW,
That's
Minimum.
crazy.
60%, minimum of a megawatt of AI equipment
Just
into
their
our,
equipment,
into
yeah.
our GPU AI.
Like actual for you server blade, like
Yeah.
actual.
So I mean, it's there. Like the spec projects will be there. You look at technology advancing right now. For example, Apple coming out with Apple Intelligence. The computing power will need to come from somewhere. So I would like to say metered mining will play a big role in
Sure.
supplying some of that computing power. You look at Amazon, AWS, for example. They just spent what, 500 million?
Chump change.
Yeah, on reactivating 3 nuclear plants
Wow.
for AI.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. That
I
was
saw Microsoft did actually in Pennsylvania where I am. They actually are working with 3 Mile Island to reactivate it for
I
that
did read
because
that.
they're looking at the green credit.
Yeah.
They're starting to look at that.
nuclear is going to make a huge
Yeah.
comeback in the
Yeah.
coming years, and
Yeah.
all of it is going towards AI. So
Yeah.
to sit here and say, no, I don't think so, bring back Ethereum, like, no,
No.
it is going to be AI driven to some degree. What that looks like from a project perspective, I can't wait.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
on your side of things? So you're such a GPU mining loyalist. What are your thoughts on a lot of these AI projects coming in?
Yeah.
Is it muddying the water or is it just a natural evolution?
I don't know enough about it either to really make an
Okay.
educated comment.
I
So
know,
it's all
right?
speculation at this point. I do think there is going to be that need for some compute power somewhere in the world. I think anyone with regulations and government or any businesses that have restrictions are going to have to go to like a reputable source, unfortunately. So that's going to be expensive for them.
Yep.
But there's probably going to be a lot of those startups that can go to their home redneck type miners. Like
Yeah.
if you've got power and you'll rent it to me, and it's cheaper than a big server, they'll probably take it.
Yeah.
But
No
Time
government
will tell.
projects or
Yeah.
anything like that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much GPU mining, like there's so much GPU hardware out there that is untapped. We see so many people that have shut down. You're finding it on Marketplace, you're finding it on eBay.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. And so I think that's why we're seeing a lot of hybrid projects now that are coming online to, like we just saw more recently, Chlor Fleet. That is like, okay, you can utilize this for some of this at this point, and then it flips over to this. And we're seeing a lot of other projects coming out there that are kind of that in between.
Yep.
That's cool.
And that's kind of nice because then as a GPU miner, it's like, okay, I can make a little extra over here. but then, okay, I'm still going back to mining, which is convenient. So I've always said the project that can come out that can utilize GPU mining hardware in the current state
Sure.
today
Yeah.
will be very successful. And I know Dynex has tried to do that and is currently doing that to a degree. But as you had said, the profitability isn't there.
Yep.
I think if Dynex goes through the roof and I can take, Octominer server case with X1s with all my GPUs and I'm making 3 times more and I don't have to go out and spend a fortune on 4090s or on X16 slotted rigs, like it's a total big difference. Well, guys, we talked a lot today here at Metered Mining. Go check out a link directly down below to their site to learn more about them. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.
Hey, thanks, buddy.